This is an interview with Michael. He is a Lindy hopper in Ghent, Belgium, and in 2017 he was in a car accident that resulted in him being quadriplegic. However, despite this, he continues to dance and started the Facebook group Swing Chair International to help promote inclusion in Lindy Hop and to inspire others.
So if you could just talk a little bit about yourself, who you are, and when you started dancing.
Well, so I'm 30 years old right now. I started Lindy hopping like in 2012, 8 years ago.
Mhm.
8 years ago already, and I fell instantly in love. And almost after 1 year or so, we started a performance group, the Cherry Dots, and I was always at every party, dancing in bars with live music. So yeah, I grew very fast, and then I started teaching 2 years later, actually, and things went from one to the other. So I was at big parties and festivals and events. Also company events, like totally non-Lindy Hop related events. So we did swing dance performances, we did taster classes for teachers or school principals, professors, but just also like huge city festivals. I don't know if you know Ghysels or so. And then also started organizing, stepped into the organization of our festival, the Ghentse Hoppers Exchange, and now it was supposed to be the 10th anniversary, but then hey, Corona, got cancelled or delayed for like a year. Also, I had a job as a car mechanic. I restored old-timer cars, so I had a full-time job doing that. And besides that, I've been teaching in several cities, like 3 or 4 evenings a week sometimes, and then during the weekends we had the events. And then all of a sudden the car crash came 3 years ago, and I had so much support from everybody, from the Lindy Hop scene, not only here in Belgium, but like from Europe, also a few from the States, that were sending postcards and messages, and that was so heartwarming. We were performing with the Cherry Dots on a festival in Brussels, and with all the cats join in routine. And the day after, I went to this festival again to party, and a girl came to me and she said, "Hey, thank you very much for the performance yesterday, because sooner or later I am going to be in a wheelchair as well." She was diagnosed with MS, and it was my biggest fear to not be able to dance, because I see wheelchair as a curse. As a nightmare, so I wouldn't be able to dance anymore. And when I saw you dancing, I was like, she felt relieved. So that's and I took this feeling with me, and after a few weeks I realized, like, hey, if this girl has this feeling, there must be more than just her. There are more people that maybe going to be in a wheelchair sooner or later. So I needed to take action. So then the idea of a Facebook group started, and then I tried to find some more swing dancers in wheelchairs, and found a few. I tried to share it in as many Facebook groups that I could find. So, and I got so many positive reactions. So it's not a very active group, but it's a group that is um, is there to inform, like yeah, because during wintertime it's it's a pain in the ass to get dressed for going out in the icy cold and then going inside a super hot bar. So I'm always with a lot of clothes, and yeah, like I said earlier, I don't have a car yet, so I always have to depend on others. So during wintertime I didn't go out dancing a lot, but yeah, maybe when I have my car I go out, and maybe I can post some more content.
So, like, comparing your, I guess, before 2017 swing dancing to now, in what major ways do you feel like your involvement in swing dancing and in like the swing dancing community has changed?
Um, yeah, before I was at every single party. I lived in Ghent, so we are blessed with so many live music in small bars. So I went to almost all of them. um, and now I live outside of Ghent. I'm not very. I don't have a car yet, so I had to rely on other people to bring me to a party. So let's say I'm less active, but also like when now I'm quadriplegic, my body couldn't handle the amount of partying I did before. I'm still in the organization of the Ghent Exchange, so yeah, I would say in that case I'm still very active. I don't teach anymore, but still I try to DJ at a lot of events of the dancing school. So yeah, let's say I'm quite active, and also yeah, I am 2 meters tall. So like before the accident, everybody saw me, like because I'm the super high energetic, excited dancer, like raising above all the other heads that are bouncing. And now yeah, people see me as the guy in the wheelchair, but still dancing. So yeah, people before the crash they saw me, and after the crash they see me in another way. The new students, well, the people that got to know me after the accident, so when I was in a wheelchair, sometimes they're a little bit suspicious, like, hey, what is this guy doing here? Then they see, oh yeah, he's DJing, and like the old timers, or how should I say, the friends and the dancers from before the crash, they see like hugging and kissing and dancing with me. They're like, okay, yeah, this guy belongs here. So I guess I'm still there in the scene.
Yeah. So, kind of taking off of that, how does like social dancing aspect work? Like, do you feel like people are afraid to approach you if they don't know you?
Yeah, sometimes they are. What usually helps is when they see me dancing with when they see me dancing with someone else. Some of them are like, hey, I can try this as well. I sometimes dance with complete strangers. They're like, oh, I want to try this and that, and then but in general most people are a little bit suspicious, or they don't know how to react, or can they watch or not. But yeah, I'm this kind of guy that was always dancing on almost every song, and now I stick to maybe 6 or 7 dances for a whole evening, because yeah, my shoulders can't can't handle more. I'm a C5 C6 quadriplegic, so I need to take care of my shoulders.
Yeah. Do you find that a lot of people, especially people who don't really know you, are kind of afraid of hurting you when they're on the dance floor?
All the time, even if they know me, like, oh, they're super sweet, but they're like maybe a little bit too. Sometimes they're a little bit too sweet. They're like, yeah, but if I hurt you, or I don't want to hurt you, and I'm not going to dance with you because I don't want to hurt you, or they dance more on their own by holding my hand,
Yeah.
instead of like, yeah, they sometimes take over the dance, and I want to dance like normal. I want to be the lead, like I want to initiate the moves, and not them dancing on their own. So that is sometimes I was like, hey, come on, relax, just dance like you always dance, or used to dance with me, and let me initiate, and then go on with that. But just don't dance on your own while holding my hand, because then I feel like a puppet or a non-existing object. So you could,
It feels more like they're dancing at you than with you.
yeah. And that it's especially the first time or the first few times, and then when we talk after the dance, I'm mostly say like, hey, you can dance like normal with me, I can guide you, you just need to figure out how. You need to feel me, I need to feel you. And all of a sudden they make this kind of click in their mind, or this kind of switch in their mind, and then like, hey, oh yeah, oh, I can feel the rock step, or I can feel what you want to do. So it just needs some time and some practice and some creativity.
So moving forward, what would you like to, I guess, see in the swing community as a whole?
It would be nice, it would be generous to say like, yeah, more wheelchair users, wheelchair dancers, but I think that needs to just grow organic, that just needs to happen, I guess. I think well, here in Belgium, people are very open, especially mainly in the swing scene. The fun thing was, like, sometimes there is a friend of mine, also in a wheelchair, that comes to the venue where I DJ. Like, hey, I'm in town, why don't you come over? And then she comes to say hi, and then some friends are grabbing her, like, hey, want to dance? And she's like, oh, but I'm not a dancer, but yeah, okay, I want to try. And then so people here are already very open. And they accept wheelchair users, and yeah, when they see me or this friend of mine dance with other people, they make more room, because yeah, we take more place than other people. But I don't know how this is in the international landscape of
So a quick question, because I meant to ask this earlier. Do you also follow swing?
In a wheelchair, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But before the crash, I did, yes.
Do you feel like it would be is it easier or harder to be a lead or a follow?
In a wheelchair. I think being a lead is more comfortable for the shoulders,
Oh yeah.
because you've got this kind of lead that is keen on turning the follow. And especially when the lead that is fully able and the follow, being in a wheelchair, is not very comfortable, or they didn't communicate well enough, I can imagine you've got this like stirring in the pot of soup with the arms of like trying to turn the person in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So I guess turning your partner that is in a wheelchair acquires some training and some communication before you really try to turn. Also, with other wheelchair users, like this friend of mine, she danced some other dances in a wheelchair. And she was okay that people are pushing or grabbing her by the wheelchair. I don't. Some of the fellows I danced with at the first few times, they grab my wheelchair with the handles or so to turn me, but I don't like when they touch my wheelchair. I want to. Maybe that's just me that thinking that they're putting the focus on the chair more than on me. But I want to be in control, and I want to turn when I want to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a communication. Like, hey, let me lead you. Please don't touch my wheelchair. Just me. You know.
So I guess speaking for you and other dancers that use wheelchairs, do you feel like you would want people to be less careful with you, or just be more like, is it an issue more of like people are afraid to ask up front what is okay and what's not okay?
Mostly when we start dancing, I'm like, hey, just hold my hands, because I wear these kind of braces. I can't grab your hand, so grab onto mine and try to feel my idea of movement I want to share, and just relax and enjoy. These are the things I say before we dance, and then or during the dance, or maybe after the dance, we discuss what happened, and mostly that works, and we go for a second dance that is much smoother afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is kind of maybe the same question, but how would you prefer people interact with you on the dance floor?
Just like any other dancer.
Okay.
I guess you're Lindy Hopper too, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I guess you can, the feeling like when someone is dancing more or less light, and as an active follow, or maybe like more beginner kind of type of dancer, a little bit heavier. I just want them to dance with me like they dance with any other person, because I feel I know what it is to dance Lindy Hop as a fully able person, and I don't want to have it any other way. Not even as a wheelchair user. It may be a cruel way to say it, but I hate the wheelchair dancing that is on the interwebs today, or like you see at championships, like wheelchair dance championships and stuff. I feel the same way about like all ballroom dances. Like the wheelchair dances. I want to dance Lindy Hop because it's happy, it's free, it's creative, and it's light, it's fun, and there's no stress like where should my feet go, or it's the flow, it's the energy that I love. And I don't want the people to see me as this guy in a wheelchair. I want to see the people that the people see me like still the crazy dancer.
Yeah. So you said that you dislike a lot of how people are currently dancing in wheelchairs on the internet. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what aspect of it do you dislike, and what would you change about it?
I know it's there, but the focus there is on the wheelchair. It's not that I want to hide the wheelchair, and it's not really that I hate it. When I see people in a wheelchair dancing like non-Lindy Hop, then I mostly prefer them dancing solo or with as an interaction, but more interaction between two people than people and then a person and a wheelchair. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. So it's more of like being seen as just another dancer, not a dancer in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. And actually, especially among among my friends and people I dance often with, they that works. Like for sure, like the first time we dance, it is like, oh damn, yeah, this wheelchair is quite big, and but after a while, like now with the cherry dots, with the main followers, they adapt, and that's a beautiful thing about now the Lindy Hop, especially the Lindy Hop scene here in Ghent, or in Belgium. People are more and more dancing with me. They dare to ask because they see me dance with other people. I went to some Lindy Hop festivals also in Germany already. And yeah, at first they're like, whoa, wheelchair here, what is he going to do? And then they see me dance, and then you see them like, should we ask him or not? But yeah, it's more or less working. But I guess it's also the way that I present myself as a person in the group, in the ballroom. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate getting to talk to you so much, and you sharing your experiences with me.
Thank you again, Michael, for talking with me. If you would like more information, check out the Facebook group Swing Chair International. The link is in the description below.